Well, moving to the fall clearly did not affect the girls' dominance. To get more information on this move, we invited Coach Savage to the studio for an exclusive interview on the team.
I'm here with Coach Savage of the girls' varsity soccer team, who just moved this season to the fall from the spring. Welcome to the show, Coach, and thank you for coming.
Great to be here. I'm really excited to talk about the girls' soccer playing in the fall and the transition and give everybody some information so they know why it happened and when it happened.
So let's start back to last season or before. When did you find out or express interest in moving the girls' team to the fall?
It was actually a group of girls that played on a club team that had a huge conflict. They had lots of club conflicts in the spring, and then beyond that, there was no, if you won the section, there was no state tournament. So it all arose about six years ago with multiple districts being sued, saying that it's a Title IX, there's no state tournament, and you have to move because boys have a state tournament, girls need it. And slowly but surely, I think we're back where we should be, where the rest of the world plays soccer is in the fall, high school soccer.
So was it a trend that all the teams in your league were moving to the fall?
Yes, we did it slowly because of fields, lack of officials, and really the coaches, because now you had many people that coach the boys and the girls, and you need new coaches for either side. So it was a slow transition, and some went aboard right away, and we were one of the last teams to move.
So do you see it as an advantage or disadvantage that you're playing against more competitive teams in your league this year?
I think it's definitely an advantage. You want to always play against the best competition. Anybody that's played for me knows that I go to try to find the best teams. In the spring, we went out of state to play state champions from Delaware, and now in the fall, all our crossover games are against the best teams that have had the best records in the previous year. So it'll be a true gauge of how good Rye girls soccer is this year.
Since you were coach of the boys varsity soccer team as well, was it a tough choice choosing which team you'd coach, or who made that decision?
Well, I'll tell you, it was probably a very difficult choice. Any senior that's going through, what college are they going to go through, and the anxiety they went through, that was kind of what I was going through. I felt dedication to both programs. This is my 11th year coaching the girls, and I had 8 years under the boys. And the final decision was I really started the girls they just had no wins, maybe one win when I took over, and we were ranked 19th in the nation. We had a very strong, successful season, and I felt I started with them, and also I knew that it might be easier to fill a boys' coaching position, so rather than a girls'.
How much did losing seniors such as Caitlin Carey and Kelly Gantarian affect your team, since you were 14-2-2 last year?
We had a successful season last year. We graduated 8 starting seniors, of whom you wish they're very strong seniors. So this year it gave juniors, now currently seniors, an ability to step up into a leadership role, and some younger players like Liz Watson stepping on the field, doing a tremendous job for our first couple of games. So I think, all in all, I think people that felt last year they wanted more playing time, and this year they're out to prove it, no matter who they play against.
So you think your team is playing better because of the short interval between seasons?
Absolutely. It's definitely advantageous. We just coming off a very successful spring season. We actually had summer training all summer long. The girls were training and playing together. And now we're out into the fall, so it's like we haven't left the field. So, and I think the camaraderie that we have among the girls is great. I think there's a strong bond and a strong desire to do well.
Excellent. If you had to mark 1 or 2 games on your schedule that you would most anticipate or will be the most competitive, what would those games be?
Well, coming up this Friday, we're playing Briarcliff at home. That team last year went to the sectional finals, has every player returning, and they were 16-2-2. So that's a key. It's a section game, but a non-league game. And within our league, Eastchester has many Patriot or club players for their team. And overall, they've done outstanding. They started their season off beating Pearl River, a dominant team that has been in the fall. So they look to be a key matchup in our league.
Do you have any goals or expectations as to where you want to go this season?
Well, you always have goals. You want to work for your goals. I think that's important. So the main thing it's like once in a lifetime the girls know is 0606 on the banner. And what that means is when you win the league, it's placed in the banner in the high school gym. Well, we won the league in the spring, that was 06, and we want to do it again in the fall to have 06, and definitely want to make a strong impact in the sectional tournament. And to do that, we have to end our season 8-10 or 7-10-1, a 40% winning record. And I think we're really, that's our 2 main goals.
And I'll wrap up with this question. Now that there is only 1 season of soccer, are you considering coaching another sport, or are you coaching soccer throughout the year?
Well, I'll continue to coach soccer throughout the year, but I definitely have interest in other sports. In the past, I've coached basketball, but in the spring, I love track. I know golf is spoken for. Golf is a great sport. Baseball, there might be some openings in baseball. I played baseball in high school and beyond. So I think I like to stay busy, so I can see myself coaching another sport and hopefully coaching the boys to balance out, because I lost the boys season in the fall, so hopefully get a boys team in the spring.
Looking forward to next season, will you be coaching the girls soccer team again, or will you be switching back and forth between the boys?
You know, I think you got to stay and build a program. So my focus is, there's a lot of talent in 8th grade that I'm well aware of in 9th grade. So I would like to bring a group of athletes up through 8th grade, through the senior year, and then take it from there, and maybe see then if I can move over and do the same with the boys.
Thank you very much, Coach. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You know, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to share all about girls soccer, and hopefully people get excited and come see some of our games.
Good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you very much.
And the girls have definitely played well so far. Rimmer and McGowan have dominated all competition they have played this season.
Moving on to football. The defending state champions played their first game of the season at JFK High School, and their first home game of the season versus Briarcliff. I reported on their season so far. The varsity football team came into 2006 with high expectations, and they certainly lived up to them in their season opener at JFK High School. In the first quarter, Peter Longo's 6-yard run started the Garnets off. In the second quarter, Connor O'Grady also broke the plan on a 24-yard run with 5:20 left on the clock. Right before halftime, quarterback Frenny Archibald connected with Zach Stearns on a 31-yard pass to put the Garnets ahead 21-0. The second half was no different, as even though JFK struck first, TJ Smith caught a 10-yard pass in the end zone from Frenny Archibald. Kyle Romalu sealed their 35-7 win with an 8-yard rush. In Rye's second game against Briarcliff, Rye managed an incredible 391 rushed yards, and Briarcliff had no answer. Rye went into the half up 38-0 thanks to an impressive 86-yard run by Ted Dempsey. Rye ended up winning 49-0 on another touchdown run by Dempsey, as well as 2 rushing touchdowns by Romalu. Rye's next game will be against Putnam Valley, a step up from their previous competition.